This is Carl with the three things I'm watching for Wednesday, July the 16th. Starting out, safrinha harvest in Brazil, starting to pick up the pace a little bit. Also starting to get a little more harvest data coming in, yields picking up. Matter of fact, later harvested safrinha yields, the reports up to 10 to 20% above expectations. Huge big yields. Basically, the later the crop was planted, the better it's coming in. And that's why we've seen crop estimates raised in Brazil, also causing some logistics issues down there. They get this big corn crop coming after a big soybean crop, and they do not have the storage. That's why we're seeing, even though the pace is picking up, it's slowed a little bit. But the main takeaway is Brazilian farmers finding bigger yields on these later planted fields down there. So, wonder what it means for their future production. We have a webinar coming up later with our Eduardo Vannon from Brazil. We'll be asking him today. I'm going to ask him some questions on that, so feel free to check out our webinar with him later on. Second thing I'm watching today, the results of the NOPA crush report yesterday, and mainly the soy oil content. Bottom line, our crush came in a little better than expected, 185.7 million bushels. Record for July, or excuse me, June, record June crush. 8 of the last 10 months have been records, so it didn't have that much of an impact on soybeans, and we've added crush plants, so I mean it's going to be bigger. The thing is, those soy oil demand our stocks well below last year, 1.36 billion pounds. That is a friendly number. That tells us we're getting rid of our oil, and we're probably going to see our oil demand continue, especially in the domestic market. The third thing I'm going to watch today, or picking up on here, the Russian wheat crop. There's some questions being asked. The Russian group ICAR came out and put the crop at 84 million metric tons. That's down half a million metric tons, 500,000 metric tons from their previous estimate. Harvest in some parts of Russia, drought stress, major losses on their wheat crop. The area of Rostov is basically the region where Russian wheat production is the greatest, claiming yields down 20%, the smallest crop they've had in 10 years. The thing is even with this big estimate, I should say, or the 84 million metric tons, Russia is including the Ukrainian controlled territories. So the land that they control in Ukraine, they're including in their wheat balance sheets. You got to ask if maybe Ukraine is counting them too. There's some questions on the global wheat production on that Black Sea. Really starting to raise some eyebrows there. We'll be watching that as we move forward here. And of course, one final thing, it's Wednesday. We will get the ethanol production numbers in today. Trade pretty much expecting steady numbers from last week, hoping that blender demand picks back up. Those are the three things I'm watching today.